Welcome to the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where every cup tells a story, and every story starts with a sip. Join us on a journey of adventure, camaraderie, and of course, the finest brews, served hot and steeped in mystery. From dragons to ancient legends, we're brewing up more than just coffee. Today's tale begins in the warm glow of a tavern at the crossroads, where the fire is steady, the coffee is fresh, and the voices are not what they seem. When a quiet evening takes a curious turn, our five unlikely companions find themselves speaking in tones not their own, familiar words carried by unfamiliar sound. What begins in laughter soon reveals something deeper, as meaning shifts, truths surface, and the space between what is said and what is heard grows ever more uncertain. So settle in, draw close to the fire, and listen well. Because tonight, in the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, even the simplest conversation may not belong to the one who speaks it. Now, grab your mug, settle in, and get ready for the next chapter in our brewing saga. Season 2, Episode 16, The Night of Borrowed Voices. Evening settles gently over the crossroads, where lantern light spills gold across worn wood and welcoming stone. Inside the tavern, the air is alive, rich with the scent of roasted coffee, warm cider, and just a hint of something spiced, something Nyved. A fire crackles steadily in the hearth, its glow dancing across shelves lined with mismatched mugs, curious trinkets, and ingredients that seem just a little too rare for an ordinary place. Behind the counter, a small black dragon with cream undertones carefully pours a fresh brew, steam curling upward like a whispered promise.
All right. This one's just right. Smooth, steady, no bitterness at the end.
But the voice that fills the room, deep, confident, and just a touch theatrical, does not belong to him. There's a pause. A long one.
Oh my, do I sound like that when I'm not talking?
At the nearby table, the broad-shouldered warrior monk freezes mid-sip, his mug hovering just beneath his beard. His brow furrows, not at his drink, but at the voice that just came from behind the counter and from himself.
Wait, what?
Again, that same bold, booming tone, Braticus's voice, rings out. But it's coming from Java. The little dragon blinks. Once. Twice. Then looks down at his own paws as if they might explain things.
Java, are you?
The calico healer doesn't get to finish. Because when she speaks, the words arrive wrapped in a voice that is not her own. Low. Smooth. Measured.
Oh. That's not right.
Not right? Not right. That is my voice you're using to say that, and I did not authorize such usage.
Nyved, perched proudly atop a crate near the fire, flares his wings in indignation, only to pause as his own words reach his ears. They are calm. Even. Unsettlingly composed.
Oh, that is deeply concerning.
The tavern stills. Even the fire seems to quiet, its crackle softening as if listening. From a shadowed corner, where candlelight flickers but never quite settles, Fate's Skuld lifts her gaze.
It has begun.
Her voice, usually soft and distant, like wind through unseen branches, now carries a warm, familiar tone.
And we are already behind in understanding it.
All right, hold on.
Braticus sets his mug down with a solid thunk and rises from his chair, boots scraping lightly against the wooden floor as he steps toward the counter.
Everyone stop talking. No, wait, that's worse. Just someone explain why I sound like I should be a skin if folks need blankets.
A nearby table of patrons, two travelers and a local farmer, exchange uncertain glances. One of them stifles a laugh. Another leans back, watching with growing curiosity.
Okay, everyone just take a breath.
Patches pauses mid-sentence, one ear twitching as she processes the sound of herself, not being herself.
This is going to take some getting used to.
No, we are not getting used to this. This is a violation of vocal identity.
Nyved clamps his mouth shut, then slowly opens it again.
Also, I sound very wise. That part can stay.
A chuckle ripples through the room, nervous, but real. Even Braticus cracks a grin.
All right, I'll admit, this is a bit funny.
Patch's voice again, light and warm. He clears his throat, attempting something more serious.
But seriously, this ain't normal.
Silence follows. Not empty, but waiting. The kind that settles when something unseen has taken a seat at the table. Fate rises. Her chair barely makes a sound, yet every eye in the tavern seems to follow her as she steps forward into the firelight.
No, it is not.
Java's voice, steady and certain, but the weight behind it is unmistakably hers.
This is not confusion. Not chance.
She looks from one companion to the next, as if measuring something deeper than sound.
Something has chosen to let you hear differently.
The fire pops. A mug shifts slightly on the counter, untouched. And somewhere within the tavern's walls, there is the faintest creak, like Goldwood remembering something it hasn't thought about in a very long time.
And we would do well to listen.
The room holds its breath. Because whatever this is, it has only just begun. For a moment, no one moves. The fire continues its steady crackle, a stubborn reminder that at least something in the tavern still behaves as expected. Then, everything happens at once.
Alright, we just need to stay calm.
I am calm.
No one here is calm.
Okay. One at a time.
Braticus's voice, still, from the small dragon behind the counter, who is now holding a kettle like it might offer answers. It does not. The result is a tangle of mismatched tones and intentions, voices crossing, overlapping, contradicting, until meaning itself seems to trip over its own feet. At a nearby table, one of the travelers leans toward the other.
Is this part of the experience?
I don't know, but I think I like it.
Behind the counter, Java takes a steadying breath. At least, he tries to.
All right. New rule. Everyone say your name before you say anything else.
Braticus's voice delivers the instruction with authority. It almost works.
Patches, this might actually help.
Braticus, this is ridiculous.
Nyved, and I agree with myself, which is unsettling.
Fate, this will not last forever.
All eyes turn to her.
That sounded reassuring.
Fate does not respond. She simply watches. The system holds for a few precious seconds. Then the tavern reminds them that it does not operate on systems. A customer approaches the counter, a farmer, hat in hand, clearly unsure whether to be concerned or entertained.
I ordered the mulled cider.
Right. Yes, coming up.
Java turns quickly, too quickly, and nearly knocks over a row of mugs. He catches them at the last moment, claws clinking lightly against ceramic. Behind him, Nyved hops down from his perch and strides over, tail flicking.
You are doing it wrong.
I am not doing it wrong.
Java, Nyved, focus.
I am focused. That is the problem.
Nyved freezes mid-motion.
That sounded far more intense than I intended.
At the counter, the farmer shifts his weight.
Should I come back later?
No. Say, we've got this.
You sound very confident about that.
Braticus straightens slightly, clearly pleased, until he remembers.
I am confident.
Meanwhile, Patches moves behind the counter, hands already reaching for the correct spices and tools.
Let me help, Nyved. Tell me what you need.
Nyved watches her for a moment, then nods.
Fine. A pinch of clove, no. Less than that, no. That's too much.
Patches adjusts instinctively, her movements fluid.
Like this?
Yes. Exactly like that.
For a brief moment, the chaos aligns. The right motions. The right timing. Even if the voices are wrong. Behind the counter, the cider is finally ready. Steam rises, carrying warmth and spice into the air. Patches hands it over.
Here you are.
The farmer takes a careful sip. Pauses. Then nods.
That's actually perfect.
A small victory. But as the group exchanges glances, voices still mismatched, expressions uncertain, another realization begins to settle in. Not loud, not sudden, but persistent. It isn't just that their voices are wrong. It's that people are listening differently, reacting differently, trusting or doubting based on something none of them can control. Near the hearth, fate remains still, watching it all unfold. Listening, measuring.
Interesting.
Java's voice again. But the thought behind it is far older. And as laughter and confusion continue to weave together in the tavern air, the lesson beneath it all begins to take shape. Unnoticed. For now. Let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where every cup is a quest, and every sip, a story. Start your day with the boldness of rogues rolling thunder, Guatemalan beans aged in whiskey barrels, delivering a brew as daring as a rogue's escapade. For those with a sweet tooth, Bard's-inspired hazelnut offers a harmonious fusion of rich hazelnut and decadent chocolate, reminiscent of a bard's sweet serenade. Not a coffee connoisseur? Our artisan teas, like the delicate moonlit jasmine or the comforting cider harvest, promise a journey through flavors both exotic and familiar. Craving something enchanting? Dreamspell chai awaits, blending bold spices into a potion that stirs both body and soul. Join the Dungeon Brew crew and wear your passion proudly with our exclusive gear. Embark on your flavor adventure today at dungeonbrewcoffee.com. Dungeon Brew Coffee, brewing with initiative, rolling with life.
And now, back to our show. The laughter does not vanish, but it softens. Like a fire settling from bright flame to steady glow, the chaos in the tavern begins to find its rhythm, uneven, uncertain, but no longer wild. Mugs are filled. Orders are met. Conversations resume. And yet, something has changed. Because now, they are listening. Not just to the words, but to the voices carrying them. At a small table near the hearth, a young traveler sits hunched forward, hands wrapped tightly around a mug that has long since stopped steaming. Patches approaches slowly, her steps careful, her posture gentle.
Hey, you all right?
Nyved's voice. Low. Firm. Edged with something sharper than intended. The traveler flinches. Just slightly. But enough.
I'm fine.
He is not. Patches can see it, the tension in his shoulders, the way his gaze avoids hers. She softens her stance further, crouching slightly to meet him at eye level.
You don't have to be.
Still Nyved's voice. But this time, the words land differently. Not softer, but stronger. More direct. The traveler hesitates, then exhales.
It's just the road's been longer than I thought it would be.
Patches nods, listening. Really listening. And though the voice is not her own, the care behind it is unmistakable. Sometimes, it seems, kindness does not need to sound gentle to be heard. Across the room, Java stands behind the counter, watching the exchange. Thinking. Then turning to Braticus.
Hey, Braticus, can I ask you something?
His words carry that same deep, confident tone, Braticus's voice, but there's a hesitation beneath it.
I go on.
Do I? Sound like that? I mean, helpful.
A pause. Braticus leans back slightly, considering.
Not exactly like Patches, but it definitely feels helpful.
He folds his arms, studying Java with a more thoughtful expression than usual. Java blinks.
Feels?
You keep things steady, grounded. When things get strange, and they always do, you're the one who makes it feel like it'll turn out all right.
Java looks down at the counter. At his claws. At the faint reflection staring back from the polished wood.
I don't always feel like that.
The words come out strong. Certain. Convincing. Even when the truth behind them is not. Braticus watches him for a moment, then gives a small shrug.
Most of us don't.
A simple answer. But it lands. Near the hearth, Nyved paces, tail flicking, claws tapping lightly against the wooden floor.
This is inefficient. Completely inefficient.
And yet, you continue.
Java's voice now, but the presence behind it is unmistakably hers. Nyved stops. Turns.
Of course I continue. Things must be done properly.
He lifts his chin slightly, defensive, but there's something else there. Frustration.
If I do not keep things as they should be, then who will?
The words hang in the air. Heavier than expected.
Is that what you believe?
Still Java's voice. Gentle, but unyielding. Nyved opens his mouth, then closes it.
Someone has to care about the details.
You are not the only one who cares.
Nyved looks toward the counter. To Patches. To Java. To Braticus, currently attempting to carry 3 mugs at once with questionable success.
I've got it. No, I've got it. This is fine.
He does not have it. One mug wobbles. Another tilts. He catches them at the last second, grinning like it was intentional. And perhaps it was. Nyved exhales. Just a little.
Yes. Well, perhaps.
Across the tavern, Patches rises from the traveler's table and returns to the counter. She pauses beside Java.
You handled that well.
I didn't feel like I did.
You don't have to feel it for it to be true.
The words settle between them. Simple. Certain. But not all moments land so gently. At the far end of the counter, a patron frowns, looking toward Braticus.
I asked for tea, not this.
Braticus glances down at the mug in his hand.
Right, sorry about that.
You don't sound very sorry.
What?
You're smiling.
The patron crosses his arms. Braticus is smiling. Not out of disrespect, but habit. Ease.
That's just how I...
He stops. Because no matter what he says, it won't sound the way he means it to. And for the first time that night, the mismatch is not funny. Patches steps in quickly.
We'll fix it. Right away.
Nyved's voice, firm, confident. The patron hesitates, then nods. Satisfied. Braticus watches as they walk away.
That's not fair.
Patches turns to him.
No. But it does happen. And now you know how it feels.
The words land. Not as criticism, but as truth. Around them, the tavern continues, voices borrowed, meaning shifting, understanding slowly, quietly taking root. But beneath it all, there is a tension growing. A subtle pull. As though the longer this continues, the harder it becomes to remember, not just how they sound, but how they are meant to be heard. And somewhere within the tavern, something listens. The night stretches on. Not endlessly, but long enough for the novelty to fade, and the weight of it to settle in its place. The tavern, once lively with mismatched laughter, now hums with something quieter. More thoughtful. Conversations have slowed. Words are chosen more carefully. Not because they must be, but because now, everyone knows what happens when they are not. Behind the counter, the 5 companions gather, not by plan, but by instinct. Drawn together, as they often are, when something unspoken needs to be understood.
This isn't stopping on its own.
And I'd prefer to sound like myself again before I accidentally offend half the room.
There's a small ripple of agreement.
It's more than that. People aren't hearing us the way we mean things.
They rarely do.
The others glance toward him.
But this is worse.
A quiet understanding settles over the group. Fate steps forward, her gaze moving between them, not at their faces, but through them, as though reading something deeper.
You have all noticed it. The difference between what you say and what is heard.
No one argues. She folds her hands loosely.
So, say what you mean.
We've been doing that.
No. You have been speaking. Not all of you have been honest.
That lands. Harder than anything else that night. For a moment, no one moves. Then,
Fine. I don't always know what I'm doing.
the words come out strong, confident, convincing.
I just try to make it look like I do.
I couldn't say that better myself. That makes two of us. Most of the time, I'm just hoping confidence gets there before doubt catches up.
Nyved shifts, glancing away.
I do not like when things are out of place. Because if I don't keep them in order, I don't know what happens next.
Patches watches him, really watches him.
I try to take care of everyone. But sometimes, I don't know how to take care of myself.
Silence follows. Not empty. Full. All eyes turn, slowly, to fate. She says nothing at first. Which, somehow, says more than anything else.
I see paths. Many of them. And I do not always know which one we are on until we have already walked it.
The admission lingers. Fragile. Honest. For a moment, no one speaks. No mismatched tones. No confusion. Just truth, shared, unguarded. And in that moment, something shifts. The fire crackles, louder now, warmer. A low hum moves through the tavern, subtle but undeniable, like breath returning to something that had been holding it. Java blinks.
Wait.
This time, the voice is his own.
Hey! That's me. I sound like me again.
There it is.
His voice, his own, fills the space, rough and familiar. He claps a hand to his chest, relieved.
Never thought I'd miss the sound of myself this much.
It suits you.
Balance restored. Though I must say, I did sound rather impressive before.
A small laugh moves through the group. Real. Unforced. Around them, the tavern settles. Conversations resume. Patrons relax. Whatever held the moment in place, releases it. But something remains. Not the confusion. Not the mismatch. Understanding. Braticus glances toward the counter, then back to the room.
All right, new rule. If I start sounding too serious, someone stop me.
Deal.
Unlikely.
We'll manage.
Their voices, different. Distinct. Theirs. Fate lingers a moment longer, her gaze drifting, not to the group, but to the walls. The beams. The quiet spaces in between.
You listened.
No one hears her. Not quite. But the tavern does. And as the fire burns steady, and the night carries on beyond its doors, the lesson settles into the wood, the warmth, the space itself, a quiet truth, now shared. It is not only the words we speak, but the voices we carry, and the ones we choose to hear.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
Yeah! And maybe drop a comment. It's like getting something in the mail. Gotta love getting some mail from your friends, right?
Maybe they don't like us, Nyved. You shouldn't expect everyone to like us.
Not like us? Inconceivable. Who doesn't like a team as amazing as us? Or baby dragons at the very least.
We must let them decide. We can only play our part. And hope.
The fire is low, the mugs are empty, and tonight's tale has come to an end. But the journey is far from over. Thank you for gathering with us at Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where adventure brews with every sip. Join us next time as new challenges arise, mysteries deepen, and the magic of the tavern unfolds. If you enjoyed this taste of adventure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a new episode. We'll save a seat for you at the tavern. See you soon.